$1 million gone forever. 1 million down the drain, gone. What's gonna happen next is really down to what Voyager decides to do. Now, you may have seen the title or the thumbnail and clicked on this thinking that I had just lost $1 million myself, and technically that's probably the impression that the title and thumbnail gave off. Now, I have to say, that's not clickbait per se, maybe just a little bit, because there actually is a real story of someone who just lost $1 million, and it would be one thing if we said, okay, they got scammed, it was their fault. No, that's not the case. They didn't get scammed. This very thing could happen to you or I as well. So that's part of the reason why I added that amount of clickbait in the thumbnail and title, because it's not just some scammer. It really could happen to me. It really could happen to you. It could happen to any of us, and that is why you need to make sure to take the following steps to protect yourself and ensure that you are safer than she was in regards to her money. Now, what happened here? How was she able to lose that large amount of money? Now, who would possibly trust anything enough to keep all of that money in it? And the answer is, well, she trusted an exchange that was pretty dang reputable. We're talking about an exchange that was in the Dallas Mavericks stadium. Mark Cuban himself endorsed it multiple times. We are talking about an exchange that has built up a lot of trust, millions of customers. This is an exchange that was supposed to be trusted and was supposed to be able to keep your money safe. Unfortunately, it didn't. And yes, for those who are just coming in, the title and thumbnail are not referring to me specifically who lost money, but the reason why I made a point of putting myself in that position, at least as it appears in the thumbnail, is because this could have happened to any of us. If you're holding money on a crypto exchange, you could lose all of it if that crypto exchange goes bankrupt. I don't think enough people realize that. And it's not just the little tiny exchanges. Voyager was big enough that it actually mattered here. And yes, there was the caveat that Luna going to absolutely bust and their stablecoin going bust as well. Those were the main driving factors here, and that is a very unlikely event to happen again in cryptocurrency, because there is nothing else on the market that is currently as risky, as dangerous as Luna was, and the fact that they put that much of their asset holding into it is actually pretty scary, and that is why this has been such a big cause for concern. But that doesn't mean that something else crazy and scary and concerning can't happen that could cause another major reputable exchange to go bust. She lost $1 million that she put over 24 years. She had plans to use around $300,000 of that to pay for her kids' college. And what's scary here is that it's looking like they may not be able to recover those funds. Voyager is trying to claim that they don't have to recover any of the funds to people, potentially. They have not outright said it, but it seems like that's what they're doing here, because we have not seen them taking any direct action or steps to try to refund large amounts. Now, they have said they're going to do a couple things. Really, though, I have not seen anything that I like. The UCC's first town hall, which will take place on Thursday, August 11th at 5 p.m. Please click on the following link to attend. Say we're doing a town hall on it. A lot of people complaining and being angry, which is completely rightful and justified. Now, this is probably one of the biggest mishaps in the history of cryptocurrency. Very unfortunate that it happened. And just to draw a clear distinction, there's a big difference between this and sometimes in crypto launches, there will be things that go wrong. And what's different here is that this has gone on for an extremely long time. This was one of the biggest exchanges in terms of the amount of people using it, and so it's just scary to see this unfolding, and that's why I just want to continue to dig deeper into it. Mark Cuban, Rob Gronkowski, both of them promoted it. Now, I don't want to be someone who says, oh, well, shame on them. It's not their fault. It's not Mark Cuban's fault. It's not Rob Gronkowski's fault. They also trusted it, just like everyone else. Now, here is what you can do to protect yourself, the most important thing. Even if, now let's say, I've said before, maybe you should hold your crypto on this centralized exchange. Maybe you don't want to do that, right? Maybe that's too many steps. Maybe it's too risky. Maybe you don't have enough to worry about that. Currently, maybe you probably will, right? Once your crypto goes up, then you'll have a lot more money. But for now, maybe you're not as concerned. And on top of that, there's another option here that you can take to protect yourself. And that option is just make another exchange account. If you want to hold two exchanges at the same time, you could say do Robinhood, which is what a lot of us use here on the channel. Now, yes, Robinhood, to be honest, is probably one of the scarier ones right now, considering some of the things happening with him. And so we do need to be somewhat concerned about Robinhood, but at the same time, they have been around long enough and do have enough other sectors that there's probably not too high of a chance they'll completely and totally go bankrupt. It's a relatively small chance that will happen. They don't have any insanely risky assets. So yes, we'll be careful because there is still a chance. It's just fortunately small. So if you want to keep some money on there, and then also you could use an exchange like Kraken, for example. I am not being sponsored by them right now. I don't even have a link, I don't think. Or maybe I made one a long time ago, but I don't think I have a link to them for you to sign up. I'm just saying that because that's one I've personally used that has, you know, decent fee structure. Maybe I should make a link so then you can sign up and get a % off. So if you're waiting to sign up, maybe I can have a link for you first that you can use to get a % off first. Maybe I'll look into that and see if we can get a link there, because I do actually like that exchange. I mean, I would love to talk about them more. Where was the heads up on this is what people are asking. Scary, crazy stuff going on with that. Here's another article here diving deeper into it. Crypto evangelist Mark Cuban is in trouble. Now that I think is a little bit unfair to say. It wasn't really him that's in trouble. It's Voyager that's in trouble. He is just being pulled slightly down with the ship as well. At least he's being pulled down. It doesn't mean he's going to go down with it. He's not going to go down. But he is being pulled in that direction, unfortunately, for Mark himself. I mean, I don't think it's fair to blame him, but at the same time, maybe there is some amount of responsibility that needs to be put in the future to make sure exchanges are putting their assets and their investments into things that make sense. That's the smart way to go about it. I just saw this post about Bryce. Mind taking the time out to investigate. It's been going up nonstop. Yeah, maybe I'll actually check that out. Let me go ahead and do this. I'll actually take a picture right now of that. And then after the live is over, I will go and check it out for you there. Thank you for the super chat coming in from Andre. I'll check it out. We'll look into it. Yes, if you just came in, fortunately, unlike what the title and thumbnail may portray, I am not the one who has lost the cryptocurrency, but I put that title and thumbnail for 2 reasons. Number one, because it will increase engagement, and I like doing that for fun. You know me. I mean, I'll put slight clickbait to increase engagement, because why the heck not? That's how the YouTube game works. I'm going to do it. Everyone does. But the second reason why is probably more justified, or more justifiable, rather, which is that it could have happened to any one of us. I have money on exchanges. You have money on exchanges. All of us have money on exchanges, almost certainly, unless you're one of those people who somehow doesn't. Maybe you don't. Congratulations if you don't. By the way, most of my money is not on exchanges when it comes to cryptocurrency. In fact, most of my entire net worth is not on exchanges. I'm careful. I hope you are too. I hold multiple different exchanges. I have multiple different wallets. I take extreme measures to protect my crypto. We're talking about safes, not at my house, of course, in locations that no one will know about. Because if you have it at your house and you're a YouTuber, well, maybe that increases your level of risk. Probably not a lot, but maybe a little bit. Not even worth that. So it's in a location that no one will ever guess. And with trackers, with cameras, we're talking safes, fireproof, waterproof, all the shebang, everything. That is how you should be taking a crypto seriously when it comes to your money. You do not want anyone to have access to it. Do not click on links, all that stuff. Everyone knows that. But beyond that, you need to make sure that you are diversifying your exchanges, or else you could have this happen to you as well, where she actually did lose over $1 million of her hard-earned money for 24 years. You know, that's crazy. That's a big hit. Doesn't matter who you are. If you lose $1 million, that's a big hit. Okay, maybe if you're Elon Musk, it's not a big hit if you're a billionaire. But besides those rare exceptions, it's a big hit for anyone. And it'll be a massive hit for almost everyone. Me too, Doge fam, says Princeton. Hopefully she will be able to recover some of her funds, but the truth is, there's no guarantee she'll be able to recover even a decent portion of it. She may only get a tiny fraction of it, unfortunately, and that is the way it goes sometimes. But at the same time, I think the most important thing to remember here is that there are ways to protect yourself, because let's be honest, the people we care about is our community, and yes, we feel bad for her, but at the same time, our goal is to protect our own butts. And so we'll feel bad for a little bit, but then we'll move right from feeling bad into protecting ourselves, because that's the way it goes in the real world, unfortunately. I mean, it'll be nice if everyone could just be like, okay, we'll all pitch in to help everyone out. But I mean, the truth is, look at the market right now. No one has the type of money to be helping everyone out. I mean, maybe a little bit to some degree. Like especially if you're Mark Cuban, maybe you'll give a percentage of your money to help some of those people. I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens here. But most people, right? Most of us not in a position where we're going to be giving $1 million away anytime soon. Is Ledger easy to use? Says Tom, not Jerry. Yeah, it's relatively easy. I mean, it's not. You have to have some level of technical skill, but just follow the YouTube videos on it. It's not that hard. You can figure it out most likely if you're interested. Now, that said, I wouldn't recommend keeping all of your cryptocurrency anywhere. Not on a ledger, not on any specific place. If you have 3 different places where you store your crypto and it's evenly divided between those 3 places approximately, doesn't have to be to the exact dollar, of course, then that's going to be the best way to protect yourself. Do not hold anything all in one place. If she, instead of holding all of her money on Voyager, which, by the way, why would she do that? It took her 24 years to make it. So then why the heck are you holding it all on one exchange, you silly goose? Hold it on 3 exchanges at the very least 2. I mean, if you don't even have 2 exchanges and you're holding $1 million on there, I mean, come on. It's, even if you have a bank account, that wouldn't be smart. You're only insured for $250K per bank account. If you have multiple bank accounts, then each one's insured for $250K. So why in the world would you hold $1 million in any one place, not even a bank account, much less a crypto exchange, which has a higher level of risk than a bank account because it's not even federally insured to $1? It's probably one of the least important, I mean, one of the most important things you can do is remember that one thing. Do not hold it all in one place. I've said that so many times, and I hope everyone takes that to heart, but I think you will. After this, a lot more people will. No one's gonna, I think, make the same mistakes. And at the very least, maybe you have all your money in one place, and like, whatever, I'm too lazy to change it. Okay, that's fine. But just, if you have future money you want to put into cryptocurrency, make sure to put that at the very least into a new place. It doesn't take that long to set up an account. Taxes, not that hard, especially if you only have 2 exchanges. You can figure it out. They'll send you an email, most likely with the 1099, depending on how much you invest. The one exchange I would stay away from is crypto.com. I've had a lot of problems with them recently, and wouldn't recommend it. I've also talked about their CoinCrow. Our community made a decent amount of money from that, from one of its previous spikes. But at this point, there are probably better options right now in the market, especially even in regards to coins related to exchanges. There are better options. Bring back mobs with pitchforks, says Tom, not Jerry. For what? I mean, I think there's a lot of things we could use mobs with pitchforks for. Now, keep in mind that non-violent mobs with pitchforks. They have to be peaceful pitchfork mobs. No violence. And then as long as we're under the predication that these are peaceful mobs with pitchforks, which is kind of ironic and fun to say, peaceful pitchfork mobs, then yes, we can put them, send them to the government, every single government around the world, but we'll send them to all the governments. Maybe there's a couple that are good, but besides those, we'll send them to all the governments, all the politicians. They'll have the pitchforks and all that. They'll be, doing the pitchforks up and down, making noise. No, don't bother people. Don't bother people. Well, man, some people deserve to be just a little bit bothered, maybe. Back up to the wallets on tribes and put them in a safe, as long as it's, of course, peaceful. I mean, well, maybe there's some cases in some parts of the world where you may not be able to use a peaceful resolution. In the United States, I don't really see any need for a non-peaceful resolution anytime soon, or maybe hopefully ever, right? We don't want to ever see that. But to be honest, I'm not going to name them right now because I don't want to be responsible for anything that happens, or maybe I do. I don't know. I wouldn't mind being responsible for certain countries in the world having violence used against them because they actually probably deserve it. You know which countries I'm talking about. The worst of the worst countries, the evil governments. They may indeed deserve some violence coming against them. That right there, we're not going to be afraid to say yes. And by the way, YouTube, just for the YouTube algorithm, I said violins. They deserve some violins against them. Basically, people are going to throw violins toward them, not hit them with it. It just make noise with the violins being strung as they hit the ground in front of them, obviously. So don't demonetize my video, YouTube. I said violins. You should get the new Where It Hold More Coins. At Tom and Jerry says Prince Win. I believe he's referring to the new Nano. Interesting, cool stuff there. And someone said Shiba to a quarter. Wow, that would be insane if that happens. If that happens, a lot of people would be rich. But I mean, no, it's not. Let's be honest. Even a quarter, not gonna happen. Not for Shiba Inu. Will Dogecoin spike up to that equal percentage as if Shiba Inu went up to a quarter? Now that is significantly more realistic because of its insane, undeniably massive potential with moon landing, everything else that we've been talking about. Truth and honest statement coming after show. Stand by, says Taters and Eggs. Truth and honesty statement coming after show. I'm not sure what Taters and Eggs is referring to. Are you referring to the title and thumbnail? Yes. To reiterate, for everyone new who just came in, the title and thumbnail is not referring to me having lost $1 million. It is referring to an individual who had her money in one of the top exchanges in Voyager, and when Voyager went bankrupt, she's now out $1 million. And the reason why I put the title and thumbnail in that way, maybe go back a little bit, you can see in the video why I explained that. Because it could have happened to any of us, and also because it's kind of fun to make exuberant thumbnails. Why not? It certainly is happening. But in TSB says Everett is tough. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Also, by the way, the website is coming very, very, very soon here. You can already check it out right now if you're part of the Discord. I just posted a link in the Whale Family /VIP Discord. You can go check out the link to the website and see it right now in all of its glory. Well, not quite all of its glory. In some of its glory. It's not fully ready yet, but you can see some of the beginning stages of it, which is pretty dang cool if you are part of the top level Patreon group now. Which, by the way, it won't be Patreon anymore. I mean, it still will be partly, but it's also going to be the website now because we're actually doing a subscription-based service on that, and marketing is going to be ramped up massively to the point where we will have possibly, hopefully, the strongest crypto community by far. We're already up there, right? We're toward the top, but we want to have the strongest crypto community by far on the internet with insane marketing coming in, courses, all of the things you can possibly imagine to build us up to be the preliminary place that people come for crypto and picks and things like that. We want to have insane energy, insane fun, and also that'll provide value to all of us who got here early in the community. If you're part of the early community, you know, that's credit. That means something. People respect that. And so I think that will be pretty cool as we start to build and grow way, way, way bigger. All of us OGs, all the beginners, all the people who were here since the beginning, that's status right there. That means something. And everyone else will be a newcomer. We'll be all the real long-time members, right? You're welcome at Tom Not Jerry, says Prince Win. And Everett says Elon faces setbacks. Because of it being a transportation and safety issue, that's why the setbacks, drawbacks, callbacks are either which way, though she's going all the way. I'm not sure what Everett is referring to there. Look, I'm telling you, forget media, forget what we know about Dogecoin, Shiba. Okay, it seems like he's maybe promoting a different coin. I don't know what he's doing there. He's having fun. Maybe he's having fun with a different coin. Who knows? I wish you all the best, man. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it sounds like you have a coin there you like. Can't wait to see what you're up to, man, says Squidward Tentacles. No way, Squidward? I'm a huge fan, dude. I watched your TV show SpongeBob. I really loved that one episode where you did that one thing. That was super good. Very entertaining. So then thank you Squidward for joining the comment section. Incredible. We have probably one of the biggest stars in human history, or in I guess in squid history, coming on the show right now. Pretty incredible. Good stuff right there. Thank you, Squidward, for coming in. Obviously, that's cool to see, as we also have this right here. Another court case fails to unlock the mystery of Bitcoin's Satoshi Nakamoto. Who the heck is Satoshi Nakamoto? The mysterious figure who created Bitcoin. Rumors swirling around. Is it Craig Wright? Is it someone else? Who the heck knows? The truth is, Satoshi Nakamoto is in fact me. That's right. I'll admit it. I created Bitcoin when I was extremely young. You know, a prodigy, obviously. Just imagine if I actually did. No, I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto. Of course not. No, I didn't create it when I was a youngling. I did not do that. No, that wasn't me. That was someone else. Another case fails to unlock the mystery, though. But a lot of people saying the real Satoshi Nakamoto is no longer alive, which is certainly possible. There's also rumors that it could be. I mean, there's some rumors that it could be someone who we have never even heard of. Some people saying it's one of those core members that we know about, you know, i.e. Craig Wright, those guys. So, I mean, I'll look more into it. We'll hopefully get to the bottom of it, because it'll be interesting to know at the end of the day who Satoshi Nakamoto is. And the truth is, group of people, accurate. Maybe they all had access to that messaging board. Or maybe there is actually one Satoshi Nakamoto who stands up above the rest. And eventually we could find out. I certainly hope so. That would be good. Secrecy, obviously, playing a big role here. I think the people who do know don't want everyone else to know, or they have their own personal financial interest in people thinking it was them that are Satoshi Nakamoto. Meaning Craig Wright probably knows who the real Satoshi Nakamoto is, but he would like to make money, therefore he's going to claim to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto. So, well, weird stuff going on there. Who knows? Thanks for the update, Mr. Wallace, says Trey Line. You're welcome there. I like the way you did, Mr. Crypto J says, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. Imagine if he actually is Satoshi Nakamoto, part of our community. That would be just crazy. Who knows? Maybe Satoshi Nakamoto is a clever, funny guy. Maybe he's actually commented on our videos before and watched them, and we'll never know. Maybe he's all over the crypto space. Maybe you've even heard his name. Maybe you know who he is, and yet you'll never know that he's the one who did indeed create Bitcoin. One argument that Satoshi Nakamoto is still alive is that if he was deceased, he probably would have left something in place so that people could then find out he was in fact Satoshi Nakamoto upon the time of his passing. Unless it was a sudden tragic thing, which seems unlikely, he probably would have put something in place, some clue, because at the point when he's no longer with us on Earth, there's no reason why people can't know his identity at that point. The access to the wallet is gone forever. He probably made sure of that, I imagine, the wallet of Satoshi Nakamoto. So at this point, what possible reason could there be that he's trying to hide that? What possible inkling could come from this? What could be the cause of the mystery surrounding it? We could do a whole show on that. We could do a whole documentary on it. In fact, that'll be fun. Maybe I'll do... You remember how we used to have some pretty insane documentaries? Maybe we'll do that again. Why the heck not? The 4 people met up with Satoshi, says Autotech Andy. Yeah, there's a lot of clues. I mean, people meeting. NFT Portfolio says Matt's mom is Satoshi Nakamoto. Dang it, dude! You were supposed to tell anyone. How could you? By the way, my mom actually is. I love seeing what she's doing right now. I showed her some of the tricks and tips I use to grow my YouTube channel, and she has taken that and run with it. My mom now, her name's Harvard Lawyer Lee on YouTube. She's now one of the top YouTubers covering the legal space in only under a year. It's incredible how fast her channel has grown. I'm really proud of the things she has done, and hopefully we will see some spikeage. If you want to follow her, you can do that on Twitter as well. And so hopefully her Twitter will grow, her YouTube will keep growing. And you know what, maybe one day I'll release a course telling you every single secret tip and trick to growing your YouTube channel absolutely massive. And you can get that course, and then you can actually truly grow your YouTube channel big, because I know some tricks that nobody else knows, some things that you will never be told by anyone, but I can tell you them, and I can show you how to grow a big YouTube channel. I've done it 4 times, growing a YouTube channel big in the last few years. 4 times. That's not even exaggeration. 4 times is it's not separate times, not even in relation to each other. So I can teach you a few things. Maybe we'll do a course very soon here. I'm actually looking heavily into doing that. I'm excited about it. I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.